What's going on, everybody? This is Retro Davo coming to you, and today I want to break something to you. You'll have noticed everywhere on YouTube lately, people are talking about how Xbox is giving up on consoles, they're getting rid of physical media, they're going to bring their exclusives and games to PlayStation 5. Well, I have some news for all of you who have been making those videos. I can firmly tell you, it's all a bunch of bullshit. How do I know this? I went to GameStop, and I debunked this whole thing in just a few questions to GameStop. Now, why would GameStop confirm or prove that these things aren't real? Well, I can tell you right now, one very good reason. They have connections to all three of these companies. Because what do you do at GameStop? You order games. You buy consoles. You pre-order stuff. So, naturally, I wanted to test the first thing. The whole thing about Microsoft giving up on physical games. People were concerned because two things happened recently that are true, as far as I can tell. And that is that Best Buy is no longer going to be carrying physical movies. And that's a whole different subject, but I'm of the opinion that's a very, very bad idea. And that it won't last long, and that they're really going to be missing out on things in the future. But that's a whole different ball of wax. And the other thing that got people scared was Walmart is no longer going to be carrying physical Xbox games. Well, with that, I kind of get it. Right now, Xbox Game Pass is really, really popular. And for the physical games that they carry, well, Nintendo and PlayStation tend to sell more. But I don't know the real reason that they're giving up. But I also have noticed that really what's been at Walmart is still mostly a lot of Xbox One titles. So it could be that they're not giving up necessarily on Xbox games, but Xbox One games, as we're moving into getting more exclusive only to Series X titles. I don't know that for certain. That's just a personal guess. But back to what I was talking about. A while back, Xbox revealed, finally, Machine Games' Indiana Jones and The Great Circle. And I think this game looks absolutely terrific. The last time we had an Indiana Jones game was back in the 360 era. We had Lego Indiana Jones. But we also, before that, during the Wii and PS2 crossover era, was the last time we actually got a true original Indiana Jones game that wasn't Lego, and that was Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. So it's been a while since we've had an actual true Indiana Jones title. When this game was officially revealed, the trailer for it, it did look stunning, but I noticed something that got me and a bunch of other people very worried. It didn't say anything about where you could pre-order it, or coming physically, or anything. So I needed an answer to this. And then when I heard the whole rumor that Xbox would be giving up on physical games, it got me extra concerned. So I went to GameStop. And lo and behold, I debunked in 1 second the whole idea that Xbox is giving up on physical games. And the whole idea behind this was because reportedly Xbox, after the Activision merger, shut down their physical games department, but I don't think that it's so clear cut and dry, because when I went to GameStop, I was able to pre-order a physical version of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I put all the money down for it. Just heads up, the price is $70. And I'm very much looking forward to this game, but the fact that I was able to pre-order a physical version of it just disproved to me right away that Microsoft is not giving up on physical games. And besides, folks, if Microsoft was really giving up on physical games, they'd be cutting out a not as big of a portion of their install base, but there's still a portion of the install base that buys physical discs for their games. And also, the physical games actually make more money than subscriptions. So that's the first part of it. Then I asked, what platforms is it coming to? And they were like, well, what do you mean? It's for PC and Xbox. And I said, well, haven't you heard the rumors? And they were like, what are you talking about? And I said, well, it's been supposedly leaked that Xbox is giving up on consoles and they just want to port all their games to PlayStation 5. And they instantly said no. They're not going to do that. It's all in their database. They have connections with these companies. If it's not coming to PS5, and neither is Starfield. None of this is true, you guys. So then the next thing I wanted to ask them, well, what about the whole thing about supposedly them giving up on the console industry? And they said, nope. They said that Microsoft is not giving up on the console industry either, and now there are reports coming out that I've seen, little articles here and there, that are saying the same thing, that Microsoft has no intention of leaving the console industry. So, all of you fanboys of PlayStation who hoped that these rumors were actually true, that Microsoft would be giving up and giving you Starfield and giving you Indiana Jones and all of these things, sorry, but they just are not true. We're going to have to wait and see for certain once Microsoft has that meeting to clear up the future of Xbox. But look at what Phil Spencer said. He says, "We hear you." Now, why would he say that if they were just going to go ahead and do stuff that the Xbox fan base does not want? So, I think the future of Xbox is going to be very bright. We have to wait and see what Phil Spencer and them have to say. But I can at least somewhat, I'm going to predict it right now, that none of these things are true. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to be one who will admit that I was wrong. And I will blame GameStop for misguiding me, but I really don't think they've misguided me here. Because I was able to pre-order Indiana Jones physically, and they said consoles make them way too much money, but they also gave me another really interesting insight. They said in terms of consoles sold to individuals, that they're actually ahead, because Sony, while they have overall sold more consoles, they said the PlayStation 5 is actually the console that comes back the most. And the reason it comes back, it's not because people want it, it's because they said they come back very often broken. So the reason Sony, in other words, according to them, is selling so many consoles is that the consoles keep breaking, and the same people have to keep bringing them back and buying a new one. And that counts as a new sale. So it's the same people buying another console. It's not more and more people buying a PlayStation. So, I think that, let's see how it plays out. But you guys, I'm telling you, I have enough information that all this stuff about Microsoft going third party, giving up on consoles, and giving up on physical media is just a bunch of baloney. This is Retro Davo coming to you. Have a good one.